Yeah, welcome. Welcome to the press conference, DTM Nürburgring Race 2. We have our 3 winning drivers here. Maximilian Paul, Grasser Racing Lamborghini, debut victory in DTM today. Second place, Laurin Heinrich, Team Bernhard Porsche. And third place, Lukas Auer, Winboard Mercedes AMG. Maximilian Paul, first victory in DTM, second start after a guest entry in the past. So a very quick call this weekend. Now you win a quite interesting race here today in very tricky rainy conditions. Just tell us, how do you feel now?
Obviously, it's great. I wouldn't have expected to win here on Sunday. So, yeah, I was very happy to have the chance to race here in DTM spontaneously with Grasser. So thanks to Gottfried, thanks to all of my sponsors and also my family to make this possible. And yeah, great feeling. Today we had a really good car, especially in the race now. The team made some very good decisions about our setup and also a nice call in the pits. So at the end, this was the key to win the race. Car was very, very strong both stints. So I was able to see very well in the beginning where the others are weak and where I'm strong and where I have to improve. And I learned pretty quick and was able to pass some guys. And at the end, yeah, I was in a very good rhythm to be able to catch up to Lukas and pass him. And from then on, it was more tricky for me because I had to focus on keeping the same pace and staying calm. And yeah, I'm very, very happy. So thanks to all the guys supporting me, the whole team. They just did a great job.
And so to set the record straight, you are the 8th different winner in as many races this season, which is a DTM record. So it came a little bit of a surprise that you suddenly appeared up in front. Tell us a little bit about your race. How did it start, and how did it go, and how did you manage to take the lead?
Yeah, obviously I started P13. From there on, before the start, I wasn't expecting a lot of things in turn 1, actually. But yeah, I don't know who crashed in the exit of turn 1, but I was there in a very, very good position. Already entering turn 1, I was in a good position. And yeah, from there on, I think I improved a lot of places. And yeah, it put me in the right spot to just catch up, and with the speed that we had, we went through the race. Obviously, also the pit stop under full course yellow was very good, or a good call to not lose to Lukas.
On which kind of tires did you start the race?
On rain tires, and we finished on rain tires.
Okay. When you in the second part of the race, you catched up to Lukas, almost were on his back, and then suddenly you dropped behind the overlapped BMW, the green machine. What happened there?
Yeah. Okay. At the end, I think it was Wittmann. He let me by on the straight, which was helpful because he wasn't on a bad pace in that moment. So yeah, after that I was happy because I had a clear track to catch up and fight for the position.
And then when you finally took the lead from Lukas, there was a very nice fight in the entire AMG arena until you finally went by. So how was that?
Actually, thanks to Lukas, he was very, very fair. It was a nice fight. He was calm, not pushing me off like some other guys. So yeah, it was a nice fight and I enjoyed it. I passed him in the entry of turn 5, and we already had like side by side through turn 3, and I was able to have a nice position in the exit of turn 4.
In the later part of the race, it really looked like you were flying in the very tricky conditions. So rain, is it your thing? Do you like racing in the rain, or you're especially good at that?
Actually, I really like racing in the rain if the car or the conditions around me are nice, yeah, at least solid. I was always really quick in karting in the rain, and also at the beginning when I moved to cars. So always when there is heavy rain, I really enjoy it, and somehow I find the grip very well. So yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. You were here 3 weeks ago with the GT Masters round, where Grassa won the race, and you were in your family team's Lamborghini here racing. So did you see? Okay, that would be a good team to team up for DTM. And how did that come together that you're racing here this weekend?
Yeah, obviously I was very happy to join him because I saw his performance was very good at the GT Masters race. And yeah, it was very spontaneously. The other driver jumped off, and Gottfried called me 1.5 weeks ago, and obviously I really liked it, and everyone wants to drive DTM, so we came to the point, and now I'm here. So very happy. Obviously, it was also nice to race against each other 3 weeks ago, because now we were putting all together that we had. To get the maximum out, and yeah, he's a very experienced guy, and obviously I think that helped in those tricky conditions.
So in 2 weeks' time, we are going to Lausitzring, which is not far away from your hometown of Dresden. So will we see you there again in the Grassa Lamborghini?
Let's see.
Okay.
Hope so.
Okay, we hope also. Thank you very much, Max.
Thank you.
Laurin, P2 today, first DTM podium for you also. So how does it feel?
Yeah, obviously it feels great to finish on P2, my first DTM podium, especially also for the team. Yesterday we lost one car, and also a good result for me. And in the end now to bring a trophy home is a great gift to the team, and also a nice brings the team into a nice mood to come back in Lausitzring. And actually for me it's a really great comeback, because yesterday I was the first one to pit, and exactly this scenario, full course yellow in the pit window, cost me potential podium even. And today we learned from yesterday, and we made the strategy perfect in staying out really long, having a really good pace in the first stint, so virtually passing a lot of cars, and then be one of the last people in the pits. I think the team did a super job, and I think it shows that we are learning each race, and today it totally paid off.
You start the race on which kind of tires?
I started as well on rain tires, and then I also switched to rain tires in the end.
Okay, it was a little bit dry in the beginning. How difficult was it on rain tires in those conditions?
Exactly, in the first few laps it was still relatively wet. We went for higher pressures, so I was really fast in the first few laps. I had to avoid obviously the collision in turn 1, where I was lucky and lost a lot of positions. But then yes, it dried up, which was not easy for me. I thought already that it will be a really tough race if we have to make it to the pit stop window like this. But then, yeah, another rain shower came, which was great. My pressures went down again, and actually then I was one of the fastest on the track again. So it was really a roller coaster race in true Eifel conditions, and I think it was also a great show to the fans.
Yeah, and you were part of this big show, one of the fastest swimmers in the second part of the race. So in the end, you overtook several cars and also overtook Lucas Auer. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, exactly. As soon as there was the full course yellow and new, we were fighting for something really big. Then we came into the pits, actually right behind Lucas and one of the Grassa Lambos. Actually, we lost the wheel nut, which was not so optimal, but yeah, during the full course yellow, it didn't cost us too much time. Actually, I was surprised the Porsche took quite long to switch on the rain tires. So in the first 1 or 2 laps, I actually lost, I don't know, 1 or 2 seconds per lap on the leaders, and I thought, oh, it's gonna be tough. I have to look in the mirror, but at some point the tire switched on. I found the grip, and I was catching up to Lucas. In the end, again, a really, really nice fight in the Mercedes arena down to turn 5. Really fair. I'm really happy that he gave me the room. He didn't push me off like others would do in this field, and I think in the end that's also why he's 2 times on the podium this weekend.
In those conditions, it comes all down to the driver and plays an important role. How difficult was it to keep the car on track in this heavy rain?
Obviously, it's also always a risk versus reward trade-off in these conditions. Yeah, you're watching the other drivers. What are they doing? What are you doing better? And you always have to adapt. You know, the track is changing every lap. In the end, I found a nice rhythm. I was not too concerned that I go off. I was trying to go faster, and I felt quite comfortable. But yes, especially in these conditions, when it's drying up, then it's starting to rain a lot again. It's not easy as a driver to always be on the limit of the grip.
Okay, thank you, Laurin. Lucas, our P3. Yesterday you told us the season is coming to us. So you proved today you are right with that yesterday. But I guess you're a little bit disappointed leading the race for so long and then ending up in P3.
It's always the same. When you start to think about the win, it starts to go wrong already. But my first stint was super. I think we were spot on with tire pressure and managing, because it was nearly dry and you were going with rain tires, so it was quite tough to keep them alive. But after the pit stop, I couldn't switch on the tires. This we have to analyze, but then I was slow, and actually for me it was hard enough to stay on track. And at the end, so I'm actually quite happy with P3.
Okay. How hard was it for you then to defend your position? Because also there was the pressure from our angle from behind.
Yeah, I saw, at one stage I thought, should I fight hard or maybe not too hard, because there are probably more cars coming. But I think at the end was well managed, and P3 was good. It was a shame that we lost the speed, because then after the first stint I thought, okay, looking forward to the second stint, but then it got quite long, to be honest, yeah.
But considering these 2 races here at the Nürburgring, it seems you are back in the ballpark.
Yeah. As I said yesterday, I think I always believed that the season will come to us, and it did. And no, it was a great weekend. I mean, the team did an amazing job. We really developed everything around me. I adapted my driving style, and I'm actually looking forward to the Lausitzring. Is anyway one of my favorite tracks.
I think you won your first DTM race at the Lausitzring a couple of years back.
Yes, 2016, a couple of years ago. But no, I really liked the track. It was always good for me there.
Okay. Then tell Thomas Preining about that. And I guess Sven Heidinger will have some more questions for you.
Yeah, congratulations to you guys, especially to Max. Question to you: when in this race did you believe that the victory was on the cards? Because you were coming from far back and you were gaining positions.
In the moment after the pit stop, when I was actually catching to Lucas, I was believing to be able to win. Or let me say, I was thinking about it already at the end of pit stop, before the pit stop. But yeah, like really thinking about it before I passed them, and then when I was in the lead, which is the first time for me in a big race like this. Obviously, I tried to stay focused, don't do any mistakes, and also try to improve my lap times in any case. And yeah, it worked out, so nice.
Do you have an explanation why you had such a good traction? Because you looked a lot faster than Luki in this stage.
Really explanation. I don't know what they are driving, so I don't know. We just had a good car, so the guys made the right decisions on setup, on pressures, on tires, and on the pit stop. So yeah, I think it was a good job by all of the guys.
Question for Luki, in the battle for the lead, did you feel that you have any chance to keep him behind you?
No, it was scary. First of all, congrats. Anyway, mega job from both guys. And no, at one stage I saw, a wreck car approaching so fast, and I thought, let's give it a fight. But at the end, it was better for me to focus to stay on track.
And the question to all three of you guys, now we have the 8th winner in the 8th DTM race this season. Do you think that this is a good thing for the series? Do you think it is too much? It's a bit of too much different winners for fans, maybe a bit difficult to understand. What do you think about that? Maybe Luke, you can start.
I think anyway, you know, when you have conditions like this, you need to be spot on as a driver, as a team with tire pressure. It's all about switching on tires, and fair enough. I mean, it was not like other people did mistake or some. It was always the fastest, won the race. So I think it's good, and sooner or later we will see the first one to win 2 races.
As I'm not part of the season all the time, of course it's difficult to judge 100%, but in my opinion, if you have 8 different winners in 8 different races, it shows how high the level of the championship is and how high the level of all the teams and the drivers is. And of course, if you're able to win the season and be very consistent, you're obviously the best driver and the best team.
Yeah, I think I have quite a clear opinion on this. I think it's good that there's always a different winner, because if always the same people will win, then it's not me, you know. I try to be the 9th, let's see. But I think it speaks for the championship and also the format, also for the level of this championship. It's incredibly high. You see, yesterday I finished P19 and today I finished P2. So it's great for me as a rookie. I can learn from the best and hopefully even score a better result this season.
Thank you, Sven. Are there any more questions from the floor? No? Then thank you, everybody, and see you in 2 weeks at Lausitzring.